We've written before about Daniel Ricciardo's love of Dale Earnhardt and his love of the number 3, which Ricciardo has selected as his permanent number for the duration of his Formula One career. And additionally, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has offered up the opportunity that one day Ricciardo could race a junior motorsports car in NASCAR Xfinity Series competition, and Ricciardo has said he'd be up for it. And although Earnhardt Jr. has only used the number 3 on a handful of occasions in his career in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Ricciardo knows how much the number means to the NASCAR veteran as he prepares for his final few starts in the Cup Series the tail end of this year. After the Mexican Grand Prix next week, Ricciardo is set to stay in North America for the off-week between the Mexican and Brazilian Grand Prix. In that break, he said he'll see Earnhardt Jr. in person at the Cup race at Texas Motor Speedway Sunday, November 5, 2 p.m. ET, NBCSN to ensure he gets to see him before he retires from full-time competition. Ricciardo explained his planning during Thursday's pre-race edition of the NBC Sports Group original digital series Paddock Pass, speaking to NBCSN's Will Buxton at the United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas in Austin. "Well, you'll see him for the first time in Dallas. I'm gonna go to the NASCAR race in 2 weeks' time at Texas Motor Speedway," Ricciardo told NBCSN. "Yeah, so I gotta see him race before he hangs up the helmet." The Earnhardt family is a huge name in motorsport, not only in America but all over the world. "Yeah, I wish him well." Ricciardo is also optimistic he'll get the chance to do a helmet swap with Earnhardt Jr. at the event. "Hopefully I get to see him perform well in Texas. I'm gonna try to do a helmet swap with him. We'll see how we go." Stay tuned for more on this over the coming weeks. Follow at Tony D'Azzino with 69 laps completed, 28 in free practice 1 and 41 in free practice 2, and respectable lap times in both sessions. Brendan Hartley quickly acclimated to a modern-day Formula One chassis in his first run with Scuderia Toro Rosso in Friday practice for the United States Grand Prix. The Porsche factory driver has been drafted into the team following a convoluted series of musical chairs that sees Daniel Ricciardo back after a Taurus absence, Carlos Sainz Jr. now at Renault, and Pierre Gasly racing at the Super Formula season finale in Suzuka. Over the time in the car today, Hartley experienced changeable conditions in FP1 before a more normal FP2, and discovered the new F1 cockpit after a day learning in the garage yesterday. "A steep learning curve today. It all went pretty smoothly and I kept the car on track without making too many mistakes, so I'm quite happy," the New Zealander reflected at day's end. "I didn't really know what to expect from today because I just had so much to learn. I think I made quite a big progression throughout the day. The biggest difference from what I'm used to is the high-speed grip. It's incredible here in Formula One. It was quite an eye-opener. Another challenge are the tires, which are also quite different to what I'm used to. On the other hand, the long run looks quite positive and I did a good job managing the tires there. The biggest thing I need to work on now is the new tire pace, and I'll get another crack at it tomorrow morning before qualifying. All in all, I'd say it's all coming together. Well, now work hard and go through plenty of that tonight, and hopefully I'll make another step forward tomorrow." His best lap was 1.1 seconds up on Friday driver Sean Jalil, the Indonesian Formula 2 driver, in FP1 139.267 to 140.406, good enough for 14th, and 1.1 seconds off the returning Ricciardo in FP2 137.987 to 136.761, good enough for 17th. Interestingly, the Jalil-Hartley combination in FP1 marked the second time in 3 races that Toro Rosso had a pair of drivers in its cars without a single Grand Prix start between them. Gasly's debut at Malaysia was the other, when he and Jalil were in FP1. Coming into Friday's running, Hartley said he was more ready for this opportunity now than he had been as a teenager. He admitted he'd called Red Bull's Helmut Marko in the wake of Porsche's LMP1 withdrawal news earlier this year to say he was game for any chance that might come. "I'm a lot stronger than I was back then, basically. I wasn't ready at 18 years old. I like to think I'm ready now," he said. "I haven't driven a single-seater since 2012, but I like to think that Porsche LMP1 has hopefully prepared me well." As for the rest of his weekend, it's been made more complicated by Hartley being assessed a 25-spot grid penalty, even though Hartley had done nothing to accrue the penalties. The roundabout sequence of driver changes at Toro Rosso saw Gasly replace Ricciardo replace Sainz, and now Hartley replace Gasly, as is outlined by NBCSN pit reporter Will Buxton below. Should Har have been seeking clarification on whether component usage goes with car or driver? Rules say driver but potential gray area. Will Buxton at the Buxton blog October 20, 2017. Problem is Har replaced gas. Who replaced KVY? KVY replaced Psy. So KVY isn't in KVY car because Har is in KVY car. See, it's a bit confusing. Will Buxton at the Buxton blog October 20, 2017. So it seems that because KVY sat out 2 races, his return in Psy car sees him inherit Psy components. That's how STR see it. Post Charlie Chat. Will Buxton at the Buxton blog October 20, 2017. Here's where it gets fun though. What happens if STR run gas and Har in Mexico? Even the team can't answer that one yet. Will Buxton at the Buxton blog October 20, 2017. Follow at Tony DeZino.